All right, my name is Caleb Casa of the Minnesota High School Football Network. I'm sitting down with a few of the Rocori varsity football players. We got Max Fredin on the bottom right. We got Aaron Baisley on the bottom left, and Grant Tylutki on the top right. I hit that right. I nailed it. And we're just gonna sit and chat about just their season so far and kind of previewing their matchup against Becker, which is the #1 team in Class 4A. I will be there recording. I can't wait. It's like I was telling them because I interviewed them right before you guys that this is the first 4A game that I will be at this year. So I'm looking forward to it. What is your guys' just initial thoughts on the matchup? Anybody hop in.
They're a fast team that's put up a lot of points this year, so we know it's going to be a battle no matter what. And I think everyone in 4A knows to respect them, so it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we've played them the past, I don't know how many years, and it's always just been a battle and a rivalry brewing, and it's always a fun game against them. So,
yeah, I've never played them before. This is my first year as a starters, but just watching last year and the year before, I know it's going to be a physical battle and something I know a lot of our guys are up for.
Yeah, cool. So we talked a little bit about, or I was with them about how kind of last year's matchups went down. Of they won the regular season matchup, but you got them during the playoffs. What are you guys' just thoughts on how? And Max, you talked about how you've never played them before, but just how the games played out last year. What was the key for them winning the regular season game? What did you guys not do, or what did you guys do to lose that game? And then what adjustments did you make going into the playoffs to beat them?
I think in the regular season game when we lost, we just had too many guys missing assignments and let them have big plays, and then offensively just not playing together our pass and run game. And then our motto is just get better every game. And last year, I think we got better every game after that. So then that helped to beating them in the playoffs.
Yeah, we came to their stadium and they whooped us last year, so we knew that we had to do something better than played them because we couldn't let that happen again. And it was, I think a lot of people weren't coming in that we were going to play good like we did, and ready that we practice and knew our assignments, knew our jobs a lot better.
Yeah. So just kind of on that same subject of getting better every game throughout the year. You guys lost your first game to Detroit Lakes, which is their record's 3-2. So I bet you guys would expect to beat them if you played them again, but you ended up losing to them the first game, and then kind of after that, you've kind of been rolling, scoring pretty much 30 points a game plus. Max, is that that was your first game starting varsity?
Yeah, it was.
So just talk about that. As an offense, you scored half of what really your average is so far this season. Was that just getting acclimated to the speed, and then kind of after you got your feet wet a little bit, we're seeing some wins stack up?
Yeah, I think, just getting used to the varsity play, how fast it is, how much different it is than JV last year. And then just putting in different stuff, learning what we need to work on after that game, and then improving on that stuff so far.
Yeah, so you guys got home. They're coming to your house. I was talking to them, and this whole like home and away dynamic. There's not really, I mean, I would argue that there's not really home field advantage in high school football, just because like the atmosphere, it's cool to be a part of, but when you get to the pros and stuff, the fan noise can make an impact on like the play, just because of like hearing the play in the huddle and snap count and stuff like that. But in high school football, that doesn't really happen. And there's kind of an extra motivation for teams to go into a place and kind of, feed the home team the loss in their stadium. How do you protect against that and protect your home field?
I think that, the home field advantage in high school is really having the routine that you're used to and not have to worry about showing up to somewhere late, getting
Right.
rushed, tape, stuff like that. So it is really nice that you know what to expect going into a home game always before the game. And then, you have your crowd. It's not the college or NFL level, but it's sure always nice to have the full stadium of people supporting you. So there is always extra motivation going away to a game to, beat someone at their home. But at the same time, it's really nice to be at home because you get to have the same experience you're always used to.
Yeah. I'll give this opportunity for you guys to we can only interview so many people. Would each of you like to give a shout out to a couple players? Now, fair warning to your teammates, you can't mention everybody, right? So there will probably be somebody left out that is a good player, but this is just to give your teammates some love.
I'll shout out my boy Andy Solner.
Anything about him? Don't give him just shout out. Do you talk about him? Talk about him a little bit. Gas him up.
Yeah, that boy's he's got some good hands. I mean, I can probably count on one hand how many balls I've seen him drop in my lifetime. And defensively, he's played, I think, one game defensively only, but he can lay the boom, and he's plugging in. If there's like 4 different people, if they go out, he's the one in there. So.
All right, I'll go with Caleb Maddox. Having him as a receiver is really nice with his speed. You can just dump the ball off to him and he's going to make a play and he's going to gain yards. And he's playing defense too, and he's just all over the field making plays. And I just love having him as a target.
My boy Luke Zimmer at linebacker with me. He came in last year when a senior got injured and wasn't even expecting to be playing linebacker. Figured out what he was doing. He's been playing crazy good there all year. So I think that's he always deserves the love. And then also our entire offense and defensive line, they've been working hard this year to control the line of scrimmage. So
cool. It says you guys have 7 interceptions so far this season. Is that true? And is the secondary a big strength to this team? Strength to the defense?
Yeah, I think 7 sounds about right. And our secondary is strong, but it's also the D-line getting pressure on the quarterback and making him force it out in the spots he doesn't want. Our backers have, 3-4 picks just from our D-line putting pressure on and the quarterback throwing it up. So the D-line helps a lot, and then our secondary going up and playing the ball also helps.
What has been the message? Yeah, let's have the viewers take a peek behind the curtains. What have the coaches been talking about, just game plan wise, and what do you guys think game plan wise that you guys got to do to come up victorious this Friday?
I think that one of the biggest things they've emphasized is how fast Becker plays and that they're all really good tacklers. So just on the offensive side of the ball, we got to play till the echo of the whistle and not give in on any plays because they're going to be fast and they're going to swarm ball carriers and they're going to keep going till the play's dead. So we have to match that speed and energy.
Anybody else?
Defensively, they've had a lot of big plays. They got some fast receivers on the outside, so just don't let them beat us over the top and make them earn all the points they're going to get, not just give it to them on a few big plays.
Talk
Yeah.
about Max, you want to go?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just making the right reads for me, especially just not trying to force the big play and take what they give us, so we can get the hands on our playmakers, get the ball into our playmakers' hands, and let them do the rest.
Talk about your coach and your coaching staff. James Herberg, am I saying that right? That's what I got up when I was doing my research. I can't get out. It's hard to know there's so many coaches in high school football just because there's a lot of classes. So he's been your guys' coach for a while. Just the programs coach, led the Spartans to state in 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19. Just talk about him as a coach. Anybody want to touch on that?
His one thing about him is his knowledge and passion for the game. I don't know if there's anyone that can match him with that. He just loves the game of football so much, so it's something that he takes home with him too. You know, he's always watching film to see any advantage our team could get, and he always has us thinking just one play at a time and getting better every game.
You guys grew up, like, I'm guessing when you guys were in middle school and elementary school, you went to varsity games and you probably got to see him coach, and then kind of going up to the system and getting to be coached by such a talented and special coach. Just talk about that.
Yeah, I think I don't remember his first year being head coach, but he was the D coordinator for a while under Mike Rowe, and just watching those games like in middle school, and that, like, we would play football behind the stands too, just hearing the speakers go, and just being out there is so much fun.
Right. Where should we go next? Let's go. How do you guys not I don't know. What is, I don't know, we've talked about like the important keys to this game, but just talk about your season as a whole. Would you guys, where do you obviously see you guys yourselves in state like you were you guys lost in the state championship, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing research on the fly, so I got to check just to make sure that I'm right. Is losing in state last year, is that a really big motivation for you guys?
Yeah, it was something that was really a tough one. We had a special group of guys last year, and a lot of us are back this year. But playing that one last game with the seniors and going out with a loss, and then knowing that we'd get to play Hutchinson again week 4 like we did, I think that was big motivation going into that game also. But it was it's a big motivator for this season and something that we all really took to heart.
Max, talk about you weren't starting on last year's state championship team or state runner-up. What is it? I know it, like, I was a quarterback and you have your time that you're waiting and waiting to get your chance. And what does it feel like from your perspective to get the nod to be, the starting quarterback when your team is coming off a loss in the state championship?
Yeah, obviously there's some pressure there to keep that going and get back there again this year. And I know, like, Grant went out with a concussion last year in the state championship, so just fighting for those guys who played in that game and had the heartbreak more than I did, just give them another opportunity to get back there and take it home this year.
Cool. Well, you guys play a big game in Becker. Looks like you guys are home against Holy Angels too, which is another good team. And then you finish the regular season at Orono. And I can't wait to watch you guys go through this season and try to get back to that state championship game and rewrite history and get you guys on top this year. But thank you guys for joining me. And we'll see you Friday.
Yeah, thank you.
For
Thank
having
you.